Chaos was vetting new athletes and setting new benchmarks in the world of pro wrestling. While becoming an impressive collection of top contenders in each division, the close-knit clan may have overlooked the dangers of one recruit in particular. I'm Kevin Kelly, and this is The Recount.
I am the aerial assassin, and I am the newest member of Chaos.
Will Ospreay had been on Okada's radar since 2015. It seems strange to pit an inexperienced junior heavyweight in the aerial assassin against the world's best heavyweight wrestler in Kazuchika Okada when New Japan stars toured Revolution Pro in the UK. Okada would be so impressed, however, that he would extend a personal invitation to Ospreay to join Chaos the following spring.
Gonna bring the junior heavyweight title to Chaos, man.
Chaos,
Gonna bring it to Chaos. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me into Chaos. Thank you for bringing me into Tokyo.
Thank you.
The Englishman proceeded to make the absolute most of the opportunity. Through countless top draw performances, the 2016 Best of the Super Juniors and 2 IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship reigns, Ospreay cemented himself as one of the greatest in the history of his division. The next time Ospreay wrestled Okada one-on-one, it was on a more premier stage. The biggest success story of all continued to be Kazuchika Okada. After finally conquering Hiroshi Tanahashi in the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom 10 and briefly faltering to Tetsuya Naito in the spring of 2016, he enacted a record-setting reign of 720 days and 12 defenses. As Okada picked up win after win after win, only 2 men seemed like they had a true chance to topple him. As Los Ingobernables de Japón seemed to reach the zenith of their popularity, Naito's wish came true as he walked toward the Tokyo Dome ring as a main event participant opposite Okada. Yet after bending and breaking the rules to get what he felt he richly deserved for so long, Naito couldn't resist playing to the 35,000 strong on January 4, 2018.
And the people sensing that now might be Naito's moment.
After succeeding so strongly by speaking his mind and becoming the kind of wrestler he always knew he was, Il Ingobernable played the kind of wrestler he'd imagined he should be. The inner Stardust genius emerged, and Naito desperately tried to execute the Stardust Press, an obsession which ultimately did him in.
すごいなと思いました。やっぱ入場の時の大ナイトコール、リング上立てばそんなことは関係なかったことで。
The amount of challenges Kazuchika Okada measured up to would go to anybody's head. He was far from the humble dude Rocky Romero described back in 2012. Once upon a time, Gedo was a mouthpiece for the hyper-athletic yet withdrawn Okada, who was awkward on the mic. Now, it was the Rainmaker himself, closing every show, apologizing for being too good and not letting anyone come close to stealing his fire. Gedo instead became the proud parent of Chaos's Golden Goose. Okada felt that he, and by extension Chaos, was invulnerable. He carelessly let Sho and Yo into the team with nothing more than a recommendation from Rocky, a habit that came back to bite him as he eventually let a fox into the henhouse.
Me and you, our paths are gonna cross. Whether it's for this belt or not. Watch your back, do not get too comfortable. But hey, thanks for having me in Chaos.
For Okada at the time, there was no problem. Jay White was untested. Okada was at the very height of a champion's hubris and unaware that his world was going to come crashing down around him.
We've got a win, a loss, and a draw. Let's make this fair. 50-50, right down the line.
At Dominion, Kenny Omega sought to bring New Japan to a new global stage. Kenny took the title that meant everything to Kazuchika Okada. Okada had won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on his first attempt, in his first singles main event. The belt made Okada as much or more than the other way around. And Okada, without the title, was an unknown entity to fans arriving in the past 2 years. And without it, he seemed lost and manic. His G128 campaign was fought on the premise of the Summer of Smiles. He dyed his hair, changed his music, and tried to hide a blatantly broken heart. And Jay White smelled blood in the water. White started his first G1 campaign in the strongest manner possible, by defeating Okada. But he took more than his fair share of shortcuts getting there. Flung chair to the head, and a decisive low blow. Rocky Romero went on record saying that he didn't think the old Okada, the champion Okada, would have forgiven Jay.
Yeah, but what the hell are you doing, Jay?
Rocky, welcome to my chaos, brother.
A decision that Chaos as a whole now had to live with. He was universally hated, but Jay White was successful. The now former IWGP US champion could, by the end of the G1, say he beat Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada, and Kenny Omega all in a 7-month span. Okada turned his G1 around to be left standing on the last A-block day along with White and Tanahashi. When his time limit draw against the Ace left him out of the final, however, we were faced with an unfamiliar scenario. Since 2012, Okada headed into the autumn either IWGP champion or G1 winner. Now, he would end the month of August not in the main event plans for Wrestle Kingdom. His response was to quietly and apparently amicably split with Gedo. The Raintaker would still be Okada's friend, tag partner, father figure, but wouldn't be at ringside with him. Chaos was shaken to its core after Hiroshi Tanahashi defended his right to challenge briefcase against Kazuchika Okada with a finish that echoed the moment when he vanquished Nakamura 3 years earlier.
The knee beat down because he'll go to the top one more time. Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Jay White broke up the festivities by bringing the onslaught to not only Tanahashi, but everyone who dared to interject.
Give me that chair!
Rocky, take it easy. Hey.
Finally, Gedo ran out to presumably play peacemaker, but instead made a loud declaration. Who knows when Gedo made his decision to stab Okada in the back? Perhaps the collusion went all the way back to Wrestle Kingdom, as arguably Gedo got in Okada's ear to let White into Chaos. Or was angry when Okada forgave White for cheating his way to victory, mad that Okada had lost his killer instinct. Perhaps Gedo was truly a mercenary and valued a meal ticket over a 6-year-long paternal relationship and felt Okada was no longer the golden goose.
Please with the switchblade. New era coming soon.
That new era began at King of Pro Wrestling, where the Wrestle Kingdom main event is traditionally set. Tanahashi withstood an unyielding White and his new tag-along to retain his right to challenge at Wrestle Kingdom 13. But the Wild Batch and Ryogoku didn't end at the bell. The duo cemented themselves as Tanahashi's newest headaches, and who would rush to his defense but one of his oldest.
What the hell? Okada just saved Tanahashi. Yeah, there you go. Oh, come on. Get him,
The trap was sprung. Gedo again appeared to play peacemaker, only to be joined by Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, and the BCOGs.
BCOGs are coming down here now.
What is going on? They're telling Okada to hit Gedo.
The recruiting effort from the BCOGs. Oh, shit, stunned! Oh, geez.
Jay White, Gedo, and Gedo hop ship to the Bullet Club, who appointed the incendiary Switchblade to drive their reborn ruthlessness. Their first order of business, to put Okada in the firing line.
Shuchika Okada.
Although a singles match between the two was brewing for Wrestle Kingdom 13, Okada had little interest in White, expressing disappointment that the Switchblade wasn't a Tokyo Dome level opponent and the bout wasn't a Tokyo Dome level match. White was furious at the comment and sought every opportunity to tear the Rainmaker down. On October 27, a Bullet Club beating on Okada was the last straw for Hiroshi Tanahashi. The Ace rushed to Okada's aid, and in the middle of the ring, the two shook hands in a moment that would reverberate through the world of wrestling. The fiercest rivals of a generation were now on the same page at last. It was a moment of respect, friendliness, if not friendship, in Okada's eyes, and it was hope in the fans' eyes that Bullet Club wasn't going to run over the company unopposed, as Chaos was in a downward spiral.
Chaos! And the New Japan home team are together as one, forming the Dream Team. Whoever thought Kushida and Rocky Romero would be on the same side? Whoever thought that Okada and Tanahashi would be one?
This new mutually beneficial relationship did in fact garner Chaos success in the next couple of months. Roppongi 3K won a three-way tie at the top of the Super Junior Tag League. Their second successive Super Junior Tag Tournament win now put them within arm's reach of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles, which had eluded them for much of the year. Meanwhile, Tomohiro Ishii finally endured a traumatizing rivalry with Minoru Suzuki to seize the Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Championship in London, then brutally retained it at Power Struggle. The never openweight championship situation was a little more complex. Hiroki Goto was a fighting champion who took Suzuki-gun's Taichi a little too lightly in September. Tainted win or not, Taichi was the new never champion. After Will Ospreay's breakthrough tag win at King of Pro Wrestling, the belt seemed destined to come home to Chaos. But a rib injury derailed his challenge. Hiroki Goto worked his way into rematching the Black Emperor and succeeded, but he wasn't going to be a cautious champion. For Goto, there was a chance to avenge a G1 loss to Ibushi and elevate the openweight title in a match against one of New Japan's most popular and innovative athletes. But it took some reverse psychology to have him agree to the match. If Goto's goal was to attract more eyes to the Never Openweight Championship, he succeeded. If his goal was to have one hell of a match against the Golden Star to end the year, he succeeded. If his goal was to win the bout and walk into Tokyo Dome January 4th as champion, he failed. At the World Tag League Finals, a Kamigoye ended Goto's fourth title run at the first offense. With the loss of the belt came the loss of the Wrestle Kingdom main card, which Goto had been included for the last 12 years. In his place, however,
Ibushi, I challenge you for the Never Openweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Chaos remained clinging onto the biggest stage. For all there was to celebrate, however, the nearly decade-old team was reeling.
There's 6 losses in a row for you two, and 6 wins for Bullet Club.
The failure of the Dream Team was due to a lack of communication with Tanahashi, a man he still kept comfortably at bay. His current fun-loving guise wasn't going to cut it against the Switchblade. So at Wrestle Kingdom, The balloons, smiles, and red hair were out the window. A larger, more imposing Okada brought back the classic short tights and gold ring wear that witnessed his ascension to glory. Gedo at the side of White showed that perhaps his confidence in Jay's abilities wasn't quite there yet, as he was more involved in the ring than he was alongside the Rainmaker. More involved until he paid the price.
Murder it! Come on! There we go! Oh, they're gonna be joined by Okada!
But what followed demonstrated that he could afford more confidence in the Switchblade. With the match reduced to a one-on-one affair, White outskilled Okada and cleanly pinned him square in the middle. The Tokyo Dome crowd, uproarious when the Rainmaker appeared to be back, had the wind sucked from their sails immediately. Chaos's progress at Wrestle Kingdom included Toru Yano teaming with Togi Makabe and Ryusuke Taguchi on the preliminary six-man gauntlet. A true breaking down of barriers between Chaos and Hontai, Makabe admitted it felt good to put a decade of discontent aside and reunite with his former GBH brother. On the main card, Will Ospreay took down Ibushi in his dream match to finally lift the never open weight as champion. The Chaos victories ended there. Ishii lost his British Heavyweight Championship, and Roppongi 3K couldn't convert their Super Junior Tag League win into IWGP Gold. Ospreay dug down deep to beat his idol Ibushi. A meaner edge was evident throughout the match. A vicious blow to the back of the head in the form of Ospreay's hidden blade elbow was too much. Lifted from the ring by stretcher, Ibushi left concussed, and a dark cloud hung over the aerial assassin's triumphant moment. Ospreay, Ishii, and Goto all shared the same extra level of aggression the next night at New Year Dash. They each had an extra level of sting in their strikes. The aggression shown by the Chaos team against their core New Japan opposition was strange in this era of apparent cooperation and mutual respect. Would the tight-knit unit that was Chaos play well with its distant New Japan cousins? Or would a new rift entirely begin to develop? As its 10th anniversary approaches, Chaos found itself on the precipice of change. Could Okada do what he hasn't been able to do and tether the skyward Jay White to the earth? Or has the page already turned, leaving the Rainmaker as a memory? If you're a fan of the recount, let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.